Thanks, Brian. I tell you, I'm still trying to figure out, is this truly a Monday? Our schedule's been so odd in the last 3 weeks. I'm trying to remember if we had a press conference since our last game. It seems like it's been a while now. Let me just sort of recap the Arkansas State game, then we'll move forward on to New Mexico State. I thought our kids played awfully well. Thought they played awfully hard. Thought they played for 4 quarters, and I thought we did some really nice things defensively. And then obviously taking care of the football that we did offensively, holding on to the ball like we did. We have our number one goal as a team is to play great defense, and anytime your defense plays as well as it did, holding a team like that to about 168 total yards, then your offense does its part, holding the ball for 42 minutes, and the kicking game does its part by pitting them deep on kickoff and punt units. I think you can say you played good defense, and so still a lot of areas for improvement. A lot of players had exceptional games, graded out as champions, played inspired, and I thought they played awfully hard. It was great to go on the road and get a win in a tough environment. It was also great to sort of redeem ourselves on national TV for our football team. You know, we just came off a tough first 7-game stretch to me when you play your first 5 out of 7 games on the road, and some really tough opponents on the road. So we're glad now to be back at home for our next 3 out of 5 at Cajun Field. Much needed to be back at home in front of our fans, and no better time than this weekend against New Mexico State for homecoming. New Mexico State, if you look at their opponents, their record obviously doesn't stand out, but if you look at their opponents, it does. They've played 3 teams with 6-2 records, 2 of which have been highly ranked, and then they played some other very good teams. Now I think maybe 4 teams with 6-2 records. So they've had a very tough schedule. They finally got into the win column this past week, so now obviously they've got a little momentum, and we'll be moving forward with that momentum coming into our place in what should be an unbelievable crowd, an electric atmosphere. Our team and myself will be disappointed if it is not. We're anticipating a great crowd if the weather holds up. I'll be disappointed it's not one of the biggest crowds in Cajun Field history, so we're looking forward to that this Saturday. But a lot of work to do between now and Saturday. Back on our normal schedule, which means players are off today. Come back tomorrow for practice on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and play here at home on Saturday at 4 o'clock. So with that, open up any questions.
Coach, with the performances you had the last 2 weeks on the road, is this team finally found its identity, being very physical on both lines, playing a style of football?
Well, yeah, I think we've been pretty physical all year long. I think we just played 4 quarters this past week. In Western Kentucky, we thought we played 3 quarters. I thought we played 4 quarters. We were able to establish the run game, and then obviously we still threw the ball extremely well. But when you run the ball effectively, it opens up play actions and things that we like to do. But our team has been physical, and but they're getting more physical, more confident in what we're doing, and I like the direction that our team is going. Hope we can continue moving forward.
Comparison where you are now to game 1?
Way ahead, different team right now, way more confident than we were. I think we now have our guys in the right positions. Defensively, we've really moved some guys around. If you look at the starters and you look who's on the field as compared to game 1, big difference. Kids are way more confident in what we're doing defensively because they've been on the job now for about 8 or 9 weeks. And I think anybody taking a job for the first day, your first day on the job, no matter where you're working, at the convenience store, or you're working at Walmart, if you're working in the oil field, you're not going to be as good day 1 as you're going to be week 8. And so our guys are just naturally getting better with experience, working hard, and it's showing defensively. Offensively, I think we're continuing to improve there. We're being more efficient. And everybody says, well, you're way better on 3rd down this year, which we are. We're up 12%. We're in the 50s on 3rd down conversion. I think we're 12th in the nation. But the key to that is we've been really good on 1st and 2nd down. So hopefully we can continue doing that.
Your thoughts on Coach Blakeney tweeting that the Sun Belt Championship runs through Troy, Alabama this Thursday?
Well, it very easily could. I guess you could look at it like that. You know, that's 2 teams with 1 loss. I think playing each other this week in Troy. Monroe and themselves, and a lot of those championships have run through Troy. And wish them good luck, and be a fun game to watch on Thursday night. Matter of fact, me and Jay may get a chance to see some of it during the radio show. And so it'll be an interesting game. And then after that game, we'll sort of see what happens.
For you guys running the ball to a lot of success, and I know when you got here, you said that right now your offense will be to what you have, and then you'll eventually get to where you want to be. Is this kind of what you envisioned as far as trying to get that 50-50?
Yeah, we want to be very balanced with run pass, and we want to be able to establish the run. To me, that's where you win ball games, is playing great defense and being able to run the football. And I think it's shown now with some of the time of possession that we've been able to do and hold the ball and putting up points. Not only are we running the football, we're scoring points. And you don't want to just run the ball to run the ball if you're not scoring. More importantly, you want to score points. But I like how we're doing that with the run, with the play action, with the run and the pass, and being very balanced, and hopefully a little hard to prepare for if we were just one-dimensional, all pass or all run.
How do you convince them that, like, you've had a lot of opponents that have just one win last year, then on top of it, this one's non-conference. How do you convince them that it's just as important as the last two or the one after that, when the reality is it's a non-conference game in the middle of a conference schedule?
It is, but if you look at this game, we talked about it yesterday in the locker room in our team meeting. We talked about this game is important because it's the next game, and that's the most important thing. And with our football team, we have tunnel vision. We've got blinders on, as you might say, and it is a one-game season. For us to reach any other goals, we have to win this coming Saturday. So it's the next game. It's a homecoming game. It's what we call a protect the house game. And for us, playing at home is extremely important. And then from there on, it's a game that keeps your goals alive. Whether it's bowl games, whether it's postseason, whether it's all your goals. And so it's a must-win game for our football team. And they practiced last night just as good as we practiced all year, maybe even a little bit better. They'll be excited to play in Cajun Field, I can promise you that.
Coach, talk a little bit about the jobs that Coach Rodriguez and Coach Edwards have done on both lines. Coach Rodriguez moved Michael out to tackle, made some changes there. Defensive line, you lose some senior leadership with Emeka, some of those guys. But it seems to me that both of those positions have been tremendously improved.
They have. Michael was playing guard last year, and Michael, he's a natural tackle, played guard out of necessity. That was an easy move for him. Traven is probably the most improved of the five because, first-year starter at the right tackle spot, and he has really improved. So I would say he's probably the most improved. We knew Michael was talented. He had a good year last year at guard. Traven's doing awfully well. And defensive line-wise, we've got such quality depth with our defensive line, sort of led by Brandon McRae, the senior. But we're very young on the defensive front. We got some juniors, a lot of sophomores, Romaine Douglas, Blaine Winston, Dunbar, and all those guys sort of rotating and splitting time in Prater with Juicy and Ringo. So we've got a lot of depth there, and that really is really good for the future too.
Coach, what's the most impressive thing to you about the offensive line and their progression this season?
I think is they are all on the same page, and they all know who they're working to, and that's a lot to be said about that. When you've got combo blocks and you're working to the front side backer, to the back side backer, or you're picking up a backer that's fixing the blitz, but he hadn't shown it yet, but you know it's coming. And the reason we're able to do that is we've got a quarterback playing center. We've got a coach really playing center, Andre Huval, and he gets all five guys working in perfect cohesion to the right people. You can come off and all you want, but if you're blocking the wrong person, you've got a guy coming free, then you're going to be in trouble, and you're going to have some lost yardage plays or not get positive yards. We've been able to get positive yards on first and second down, remain in third and short, and we've been able to convert those third and shorts and extend a lot of drives, and that's been a huge part of our third down success this year.
Have you ever had a guy play center that does as effective a job as Huval does right now?
No, never at the level that he's directing traffic out there. He has got a complete understanding of what we're doing, and complete understanding of defensive schemes. And you're talking about a 4-3 scheme, 4-2 scheme, 4-1, a 3-4. Safety's coming down, fixing to bring what we call a field fire, two off the edge. He's got everybody all on the same page, is doing a phenomenal job, especially when you got two young guys on the edges. And so he's just doing a phenomenal job, and that's to me the most critical part of it.
We talked a lot last year about wanting more balance, but is what you're doing now with the run game even more than you anticipated going into the season, just as a product of what's available out there?
You know, maybe a little bit. We was hoping, you know, with Alonzo coming back now for his junior year, and then some early things we saw from the last year, we was hoping to be able to run the ball effectively. And plus, you know, the interior of the offensive line back, we felt like, you know, we wanted to improve in the run game, and we have, and hopefully we can continue moving forward with that. And but you know, we're not going to just run the ball in a game where they're just completely stopping the run. You know, at Akron did a pretty good job stopping the run. Was able to go to the passing game and throw very effectively and win the game there with a lot of yards. So even though we want to be balanced, you know, we're not going to be stubborn enough to not open it up or just keep pounding it in a game where the run is there. We're going to take what the defense gives us in every game. And to me, that's the key part of things. To me, some coaches get away from that. They just too set and, hey, we're going to throw it every down when they're rushing three. You know. So we're going to take what the defense gives us.
Are you throwing out game plans though, or are you just tweaking?
Excuse me?
Are you throwing out game plans, or are you just tweaking?
No, you know, never that. But you know, you're coming to a game where you've got to have a backup plan. You know, not necessarily a backup plan, but you've got a plan. If the team's got this many people in the box, this many people in the box, what are you going to do if they do this? What if the run game, this is not working? What can you go to? And based on what defenses are doing to stop the run, you sort of know what you want to dial up. Because, you know, for them to do that, they've got to give up something else. And the key is finding that and identifying that and then executing that. And so far, we've done a really good job of that. Coach Johnson and the offensive coaches have been spot on. And then I think Coach Willis has made some tremendous adjustments in the game and got our guys in good positions.
Coach.
I know it's looking ahead a little bit with the Thursday game next week. Does the practice and or game plan change for Saturday because you have that short turnover?
Yeah, we're talking about for the Troy game?
Yeah.
After this week, it'll be a short week. We won't have any days off, and we'll practice Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And you'll have a normal game week preparation minus the Wednesday practice. So we'll have, every day, we'll have a normal Sunday practice, a normal Tuesday practice, a normal Thursday practice, a normal Friday practice, all condensed in those 4 days before the kickoff on Thursday. So you minus that one Wednesday.
Coach, you talk often about winning the turnover battle and also eliminating the big play against Western Kentucky. Even in that win, you had 6 plays of 20 or more yards. Against Arkansas State, you almost completely eliminated the big play and did a really good job defensively on McKinnon and those guys. That was huge in you guys' win.
You know, that was one of the first games I've been a part of in a long time where your defense did not give up one play of 20 yards or more. That's hard to do. Against Arkansas State with the talent they had, we did not give up one play over 20 yards. And if you can do that each week, you've got a chance to be successful. And so I got to give our defensive guys and coaches a lot of credit.
Or how do you go ahead. How do you keep the edge with your team? Keep your team. I mean, you've been able to do that pretty well. Keep that edge, you know, where you're hungry but you're not too cocky. That balance. I'm just curious.
You find ways as coaches. When you watch film, though, there's always a lot of things. You think you played so well. You go back and watch the film, and man, you're always like, man, I can't believe we did that. We got to get better at that. That could really cost us later if we don't improve this. So it's not hard if you put on that film to find somebody or some part of your scheme that needs improvement. And then for us, you know, we're going to always keep the foot on the gas. We want to practice hard, lift hard, meet hard. If you do that, a lot of times, you know, you're hard to beat. And so we're continuing to condition hard in everything that we do. And hopefully it'll pay off. But just never letting up. If you do let up, it's time off. But when we have them, it's really attention to detail. The thing we've been able to do a little better job of this year, and not done a better job of, is understanding their needs for us when to give them some time off. And I think that's been the biggest factor in our 2 Tuesday wins as compared to last year's 2 Tuesday wins. Way more time off, good preparation when we had them, more time off when we could give them time off.
TJ Worthy, coach, just for a guy that never played defense in his life till he got here, talk about his progress and his comfort level.
You know, much better. He's one of those guys we just talked about. First day on the job as compared to, you know, a couple months or a couple years into the job. Is starting to come into his own. You know, he was a really talented receiver out of high school, but with his frame sort of made you think, hey, maybe he could really be a great safety. And he has done an exceptional job, improved each week. So really love the direction his secondary is going, especially with Sean Thomas, another new starter in there for Rodney Gillis. Some guys just continue to improve each week. Anything else? All right, guys, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.